Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the channel today. I'm Michael.
And I'm Chris.
And we are MK Experience. Our channel is all about sharing our RVing experiences and more with you guys. What you guys know, when you're an RVer, there's never any issues. It's always smooth sailing all the time.
Don't we all wish?
Said nobody ever.
Thankfully, though, we all enjoy it so much, we just keep on going.
Exactly, because we are happy campers. All right, so, hey, we have a great video for you guys today. We are currently in London, but not London, England. We are in London, Kentucky, and we have lots to cover. So before we get into it, let's just go ahead and roll. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, I think there's a saying that goes, into everyone's life, a little rain must fall. Well, today is that day. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, don't mind me, you know, just enjoying the RV life. I mean, does it get any better than this? This is why we do what we do, why we love what we love, and it really tests your love in the rain and cold temperatures all at the same time, you know?
I know, so, what is the temperature out right now?
So I think we're like around 39, 37, something like that. It's warm, you know? Yeah. It's all in your mind, you know what I mean? In my mind, it's 80 degrees and sunny right now. So
exactly.
You know, this is nothing, you know. I'm just glad that we have our Aire compressor with us, you know, so we can do this and check these tires and getting ready to roll tomorrow morning for our big trip. And sounds like it might be some more of this kind of stuff going on tomorrow. But can't wait to fill you guys in on what's all happening. Well, so here it is. We hate to do it, but this is our last time hitching up to Big Blue, Blackhawk. I don't know, mixed emotions.
Bittersweet for sure.
Yeah, bittersweet. It's cold, it's drizzly.
Rainy. It's not going to be a great trip. We're going 5.5 hours.
Heading to the north.
Yeah.
We're just praying there's no ice rain and all that kind of stuff. Heading on our way to London, Kentucky, to trade in Big Blue and Blackhawk. So we're going to take you with us on our journey today, but this will be the last time that it is leaving our driveway. So we made it. We traveled all the way to London, Kentucky. I was gonna say London. We traveled, because we did. We traveled all the way to London.
We are here in London.
And we are here, and as you can see in the background, there's two RVs sitting right next to each other. And boy, are we excited, because we decided to jump to a Class A. Everybody give it up!
Yay!
Maybe you weren't shocked. Maybe you're like, I knew all the time you guys were going to do this, but we are here. We're up here at Day Brothers.
But I have to say that I followed Michael with the Jeep, and I practically cried the whole way here, because it's so bittersweet, because we're saying goodbye to Big Blue. And
it is bittersweet.
And the Dually.
But yeah, and it was a great drive over here in the mountains. As you remember, earlier in the video you saw that, man, I was checking the tires in the rain, and it was cold. It's still cold. I think it's supposed to be 20 degrees tonight here in London, Kentucky, but it's going to be toasty warm where we're staying. So we're going to introduce you to some of the staff here, some of the walkthroughs that we're going to do. We got Big Blue here to our right, so we got to empty Big Blue out, and we're going to put stuff into, we haven't named it yet. Hey, maybe you guys can help us come up with a name for our new Class A Newmar Mountain Aire. So think about it. Leave us a comment in the below. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Because we don't have a name for it yet. So, but we're going to give you guys a tour. Like I said, meet the staff. We are super excited to be here and for this big change. So we're going to get things out of here and into here. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so as you guys saw, we had just kind of a little, I don't know, we say happy, sad moment.
Yeah.
Or how would you put it? A bittersweet moment?
Definitely bittersweet.
It started off bitter because it started off cold and rainy, and I was out there.
Nasty.
Yeah, nasty. And I was trying to be the one-man band. I was trying to, you guys should have saw me. I had the umbrella, I had the GoPro, and I had the air chuck. I mean, I was trying to do it all by myself, and there was just no way. My feet were getting soaked. So I had to phone a friend and have Chris come and help and assist me, which was great, and it went much faster. Then I told Chris, I'm like, man, we just had this moment where, like, this is our last time hitching up to Big Blue with Blackhawk, and we just kind of both had a little moment there where it just kind of hit us like, wow, this is it.
Well, and just thinking, back too, we loved Blackhawk and Big Blue. It's, it's not like we're thinking about trading it in because of, we're unhappy, because we've not been unhappy. We've been very satisfied, and to be honest, for me, I would have been perfectly fine staying with our current situation, but Michael has been really eager to move into a Class A, and so, we just made the decision based on some life circumstances going on that now is the time to do that.
Okay, so let's talk about the crazy trip over. Actually, ended up not being so crazy.
Thank God. Literally thank God, because we prayed. There was some ladies that were actually getting ready to have a Bible study at our church, and we drove through the parking lot, and they prayed over us, and we were praying that God would part the skies, because we were so concerned that we were going to hit rain the whole way. And thank you, Lord. He answered our prayers, and we had great weather all the way to Kentucky, from Greensboro to Kentucky, and we saw a lot of blue sky, and really it's such a beautiful drive, because you're driving through the Appalachians. So we went through the Cumberland Gap, and what was the other? Fancy Gap. Fancy Gap was the first, and those were obviously some of the places that we were concerned about, because we knew that the weather was going to be below freezing, and they were supposed to have snow or rain, and so we were concerned about, hitting potentially ice. And nope, clear roads, clear skies the entire way. Yeah, we even delayed the trip an hour in the morning just to give that some time to hopefully melt, or if there was sun to be had, for that to do that. And you know what? It was a perfect travel day. I mean, there was a couple times, the only thing that probably was nerve-wracking is Chris had a perspective that she hadn't had, being in the Jeep, to actually see us, typically it would be us, passing semi-trucks, on the road. And we were talking on the phone, a lot on that trip, because we were each in separate vehicles, and she was like, oh, you're getting close to that truck. Oh my gosh. Like literally sometimes when he'd come up next to a semi-truck, it would look like they were within inches apart. And I would just hold my breath. And sometimes the semi-truck guys would even like take their foot off the gas and slow down. I don't know if they were checking out a rig or if they were just being cautious, but it was like, it was so nerve-wracking. And of course we came across construction too, which it always feels like the lanes have narrowed more so, but it was the first time, you know, obviously from that perspective, driving behind Big Blue, which was, it was great just because I had the opportunity to do some filming, like Michael said, that we've never been able to do before, but definitely a little more nerve-wracking than I was anticipating.
Yeah, and maybe, okay, so if you're in this video and you're either riding in the passenger side or you're the driver, have you guys ever had any like really close calls, you know, whether you're passing a semi-truck, have you ever been even maybe pushed over, you know, to the curb, you know, towards the other side of the road? Any scare, if you have any of those, share some of those experiences with us.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. But other than that, I mean, really, it was a great trip all the way over here, except for another thing we should talk about is like when we were on the Tennessee side of the Cumberland Gap, I thought we had literally taken Big Blue and Black Hawk to the moon.
Oh my gosh.
With so many craters.
So many potholes. And which was part of the reason they were doing construction in, what was that, the Cumberland Gap, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, the road was treacherous, and thankfully, you know, it forced you to have to slow down because, boy, you know, you can really do some damage to a rig when you hit some of those potholes. But yeah, I could hear when we had the phone on, I could just hear just hear the truck. Yeah, hear the truck and camper hitting those spots.
Yeah, so I was just, you know, going, oh, hope we don't have a flat tire. But nope, we made it, and it was great. So just, you know, you love it when, you know, you're planning for the worst for your drive day, and then it ends up being way better. It's like, oh, thank you, Lord. That was just so smooth. Everything went good. No problems, no accidents. So prayer works.
Amen. Yes, it does. But then on the other side of it, obviously, we are now sitting here and we're delayed because, you know, you've got a brand new rig that you're pulling across, again, 2 mountain passes through the Appalachians, and now we'll have a tow vehicle behind us. So we didn't want to start this journey. And let me tell you, it has been torrential downpour all day long since we've been here, just buckets of rain, and Michael will show some of the footage of just, you know, what the roads have been like here. It's been absolutely crazy. So we are grateful that we made the decision to stay and be cautious.
Yeah, and I was thinking, as we've been sitting here today, the weather alerts have just kept coming in. So high winds, flash flooding, you know, and all across all the states that we have to go across to get home. So unfortunately for us, we're not able to get back to our church. But we have my mom who is graciously filling in for us, and she's going to preach tomorrow while we're here in London. I'm missing everybody.
Definitely. But grateful that we are staying safe and warm, and look forward to getting on the road soon. And when we do that, we'll obviously get the opportunity to take you along with us. Not to mention, we will give you a tour of our new home.
Yes, our new home on wheels. And so far, by the way, we are loving it. And that's what I mean. We have a lot to cover. A lot of new stuff to us to have to learn whenever you switch from a coach to coach, but especially to a Class A. There's some things the same, but there's a lot that is
night and day different. I can just say it's a little overwhelming and a lot intimidating, and I'm glad that he gets all of this stuff, because yeah, if it was me, I'd be no thank you, no way.
Yeah, Chris turned to me yesterday and we were talking with Anthony about all the stuff, and she goes, are you getting this stuff?
Thankfully, we even videoed that, so we've got a record of all the instructions that we can.
That's right. I told her, I said, hey, this video is not just for our channel, it's also for me to go back and watch, and they've been great here. It's so nice because we've been staying right here on their lot. So it's great because if we get up in the next morning or something's not working or we have a question, it's been great. The techs here have been over. We even had a TV go out on us, and I tell you what, they got right on it, switched out a TV like 2 seconds flat. So
it's been awesome. And Michael's like, you know, his brain is constantly moving and thinking, so he's coming up with questions and he's texting here and texting there, and poor Anthony, his phone's like going off all day long, but he's been our sales rep. He has been awesome.
I mean, awesome.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
and like so responsive. It's just, yeah, we've definitely been enjoying our time here.
And, we're definitely going to plug Dave Brothers RV because they have just been so great to us. So if you're in the market they have a lot of great used Class A coaches, but they have more than that. They have new ones too. They have bumper poles. They have a lot. But if you're looking for a great, used Class A coach, they have gas and diesel here. Definitely, you have to check them out. And now they have an amazing toy hauler fifth wheel, a part of their arsenal, and it's a Riverstone 39 FKTH 2020 in excellent condition, by the way. And they will make you a deal. But more on that to come, because I got together with Jake, the sales manager, and he's going to do a promo code for us and you with some cash back in your pocket if you're interested in purchasing Big Blue. But we're going to jump on that later. So let's talk about, before we get into that world, let's talk about something that we just kind of accidentally, we'll say, drove into, or why we were here.
Well, yes, because of the delay here in Kentucky, we're adding how many days to our trip? Because two more days. So in driving around, what did we come across?
The home of the colonel of all colonels. And I'm not talking about military. We're talking about Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
The home of the original KFC restaurant is in Corbin, Kentucky, which is, literally just a couple miles.
Right next door to
and we didn't even
where
know
we're
it.
at.
And the funny thing is we were driving in, and I turned to Chris, and I'm like, boy, that is an old school KFC. I haven't seen a KFC sign like that since I was a kid. And then little did we know. So we're going to take you guys. We had to go, right? You have to go. We have so many childhood memories with KFC, and maybe you do too. So we're going to roll our footage of our visit to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Here we go. Is it still finger looking good? That's the question.
Finger looking good.
Colonel Sanders' original restaurant with his original recipe right here in Corbin, Kentucky. So we had to stop.
Absolutely. Couldn't miss out on that.
I mean, so many old school memories, I would say, growing up. A bucket of chicken, and how when we were kids, the famous recipe that's locked away in a safe worth millions of dollars. Anyway, we just loved to eat that famous recipe called the chicken first before the chicken.
Well, and the funny thing is, I just have those great childhood memories. My mom would always get a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we'd put it in the refrigerator, and then we'd go for a family picnic. But the funny thing was a few years ago, some really bad KFC, and so I hadn't been in years. And today,
bad KFC.
I know.
Get that bad KFC.
Right? But that special crispy whatever crust is so good.
So here, a part of this restaurant, which is amazing. So there's a new part and then the old part, and they actually have a museum. So we're going to walk you guys through the museum where they have a kitchen set up, a bed set up, and all the history of KFC is right here in Corbin, Kentucky. So if you're ever coming through Kentucky, you're on 75, you need to put this down, bring the family, buy 10 buckets of chicken, whatever it is. Just buy it anyway, and just come walk through this place. It's really cool. So we're going to show you guys a little bit of tour of this museum. So cool to see some of the original appliances that he used.
And check it out, they got real china in here. So I don't know if they served the original KFC on real china.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Maybe we should try to put that dishwasher in the RV. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that would take up way too much space. Ingredients.
That is so cool.
Oh, there's the secret right there.
There we go. There is the secret recipe right here in the glass. This is famous pressure cooker that changed everything with the Colonel himself. Okay, so you need to ask him for his famous recipe.
Oh, can I have his famous recipe? Yeah, he's not talking.
He's kind of the silent type, silent strong type.
Very silent. Maybe next time.
That was really cool to go and see the KFC, the original, and just see the old kitchen, that old refrigerator. I mean, it was pretty incredible. And by the way, we haven't had that in years. Both of us were saying that. Like, I can't even remember when the last time I've had KFC. But you saw Chris in that video. She was chowing down on that chicken.
It was finger-licking good.
Still
it really
finger-licking
was.
good.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why. We haven't done it forever.
We still love the original recipe, man.
We do.
It was still good. So, hey, if you're going down Highway 75 and you're coming either north or south, stop into Corbin, Kentucky, and go check that out. It's really neat. It'll have, I wish we could have came home with buckets,
Yeah.
just the buckets. I don't know what we would have done with them, but it would have been cool. So stay tuned. We have a lot coming up on this switchover that we have interviews, just so much stuff to cover with switching over from Big Blue. And as well as we want you guys to help us name this Newmar Mountain Aire that we're in, our Class A. Drop us some names and name ideas in the comments. We'll take them into consideration and we'll see what happens when we get all the way to the end.
Hey, awesome. Yes, we are so excited. But thank you guys so much for following along with us.
Definitely.
I know it's been a while. We're getting back into the swing of things. So we would love you to like, subscribe, follow if you're not doing it already. And again, thank you so much. We look forward to many more videos to come. And with that, we say,
God bless.
and safe travels.